upload this. So remember, we have our recordings, which are all online and which you can see on the YouTube channels. I'll send you the link when I've uploaded it tomorrow, and you can also see the different sessions. You'll see yesterday's session as well. Okay, at the moment, just remember we're having initially a few classes on a Friday, but then we will go to Tuesday, okay, with some Fridays as well. If we miss a class, if we have to cancel a class on a Tuesday, it will go automatically to a Friday, okay? But I will tell you in advance, okay? I will tell you in advance, okay? Because the problem is actually just, sometimes if one has to travel or things like that. But anyway, so first thing we're going to do today, we're going to speak about speaking, okay? Speaking. So we did talk about that last time. We're going to talk about speaking. Very, very important. By the end of today, we must understand exactly what the speaking exam is about, okay?
Bueno, que os vaya bien a todos.
Okay.
Bye, bye.
Bye.
Okay, up Real Madrid. Yeah, long live Bellingham. Is that right?
Es Valladolid hoy.
Oh, Valladolid. Okay, then. So, all right. So,
Bye.
but goodbye now. So, very important. You must understand exactly what the speaking exam involves today. And next week, we're going to be looking at the writing exam. Okay, so the writing is 25%. The speaking is 25%. So together, the speaking and the writing is 50% of the exam. That is 50% of the exam. That means that by this time next week, you will understand exactly what you need for the writing and speaking. That's 50% of the exam. It's the most important part because it's the most difficult part when you're speaking and when you're writing. Okay, so very important these two weeks. But first, before we look at that, we're going to look at some of the things you have been doing for your homework. Okay. So before we do anything else, we're going to look at some what we've been doing. You sent me a lot of writing exercises, which were very, very good. Some of them were very good, and some of them were a bit careless. There's a word for you. Look, we've got two words in English. We've got three words: care, careful, and careless. Careless. Okay. So if it means that when you're writing the things that you wrote for me, they were a bit careless, that means that, for example, if I say, please write, there we go, please write about dogs and cats, 200 words, okay? Please write about dogs and cats, 200 words. You see that in the chat box? If you send me 250 words, then you lose automatically, you lose 20%, okay? If you send me 300 words, you lose 40%. All right? It's very, very important. You know, it said maximum 200 words. You send me 300 words, 400 words, 500 words, you know? So be very careful. That's number one. That is absolutely number one, okay? And look, we said the word careless. Is that correct? Careless?
No.
No. But it's an easy one, isn't it? Because instead of careless, it's careless. So it's very important that you look at the spelling of the words. Okay, it's very important that you look at the spelling of the words. If we said, for example, here's some words in English, okay? Though. Let's write some words. Let's do a little dictation. Come on, quickly. Take a pencil, take a pencil. Let's do it together. All right? I want you to write some words. This says though. In the second, I want you to write down think. Okay? Think. Now, I want you to write down zinc. And then I want you to write down sink. Okay? So that was though. What was the second word I asked you to write down?
Think.
Okay. Is that right? Think.
Think.
Good. And the second and the third word?
Think.
Zinc.
Zinc.
Oh,
Zinc.
yeah. All right. Good. That's what I heard. Zinc. Very good. And what was the last word?
Sink.
Sink. All right. Well done. Okay. Good. Very good. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do some more words then. Let's do 4 more. Okay. So below though, let's write another word. Dough. Dough. And now let's write another word. Thought. Thought. And now let's write another word, which is bought. And now let's write another word, which is cloud. So what were the 4 words we wrote then? What was the first one?
Though.
Though.
Dough. Dough. Good. And what was the second one?
Thought.
Sorry?
Thought.
Thought.
Thought. Yep. And the next one?
Both.
Both.
Bought. Good. And the next one was?
Cloud.
Cloud.
Cloud. Okay. Wow. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So let's do 4 more. Let's do 4 more. Okay. Let's do blow, blow, so it's blow, and then sow, sow. And the next one is count. count. The next one is could. So tell me, what were the words we had there, the four words then? The first one was?
Low.
Low.
Below. Below. And the next one?
So,
So.
So.
So. And the next one was?
Count.
Count. And the next one was?
Hat.
Could.
Good.
Could. And let's do the last four. Last four. Very important words for you. Very important words for you. So that'll be would. Would. The next one will be should. Should. The next one will be blue. Blue. He blew. Like the wind blow. Blue. And the last one is do. Sorry, the last one, I'm sorry. The last one is do. Do. Okay. Can you tell me then, what's the first one?
Would.
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 Thank you.
would,
Would. Okay, the next one is
Should.
Should.
should. Good. The next one is
Blue.
blue. And the next one is
Do.
do,
do. Well done. All right, thank you very much. Let's look at these words then. Now, what's interesting, look, we've got this sound or this diphthong, right? Here it's though, do, but here the same sound is, what is it? It's different. It's would. Okay,
Would.
so though, o, oo, would. So same diphthong, different sound. We know this. Absolutely. Would, should. So though, do, would, should. But if we go up the same diphthong, what's the sound there?
Oh,
Thought.
Thought.
Thought. Thought. Good, good. So then we go thought and bought. But there we have the same diphthong and the sound is
Cloud.
Cloud.
oh,
cloud. Okay, cloud, which is like this, count. Okay. And this, of course, is
Could.
could,
could. Yeah, very good. Okay, so that's one of our problems, isn't it? So one of our problems and our common mistakes when we're writing and possibly when we're speaking, but one of them is the spelling, isn't it? It's the spelling. Now, in English, you know, you can't look at the word and then, oh yeah, this must be like this excellent, your wonderful Spanish language, Salamanca. Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? Easy, Salamanca. Or even if you had something really difficult, like Algarrobo. Okay, easy. Easy, because you know the exact letters. Each one has just one sound, which is excellent. Okay, so in English, remember what you have to do is not only listen to the word, you need to visualize the word. You need to visualize in your mind. So today we're going to look at learning some of the words and the best way to do that, how to remember some of them. So our common mistake here is a question of words which look the same, okay? Words which look the same, but they're not exactly the same. So, for example, wood is also wood, isn't it? Wood and wood. It's exactly the same pronunciation. So is the same pronunciation as so. Exactly the same. Right? Dough is the same pronunciation as dough. Right? And blue is the same pronunciation as blue. It's exactly the same, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So it's important then, and do, it doesn't have a one which is exactly the same. Okay, but in this case, what we have to do then is to visualize if the word we want to use is for an animal like dough here, or if it's for a material like here, wood, or if it's for a color like here, which in this case is blue. So it's very important that you memorize, because when I said that we are careless, sometimes when we're writing, we don't look, all right? And it's really important to look and to read what you've written before, so you can get your extra points on the reading exam. Sorry, on the writing exam. It's very, very important. So our common mistakes here, I would say, one of our common mistakes here is spelling. Okay? Okay? I'll tell you this in Spanish. I will tell you this in Spanish, just for a moment. When you're doing your exam, you need 50 points. Okay? 50 points. 50 puntos. 49, no. Fail. Okay? Well, 49 tienes un B1, pero 50 tienes un B2. O 49 tienes un B2 y 50 tienes el C1, según el examen que estás haciendo. Entonces, tenemos la suerte de saber por experiencia a qué nivel deberías entrar. Eso ya por descontado. Cuando llega el momento, sabemos y mirando cuál es el nivel que debes presentar. Y si tienes una duda, pues haremos una sesión individual para ver dónde estás, ¿ok? Si necesitas saber. Pero cuando estás haciendo el examen, primero vas a hacer el speaking, then the listening, then the reading, and finally the writing, ¿ok? Y vas a tener que gestionar tu tiempo en el reading y writing. Esas dos últimas partes del examen. Son más o menos 2 horas para hacer esa parte. Entonces, es muy importante que utilizas todo el tiempo. Y la gente suele pasar demasiado tiempo haciendo el reading y no se deja tiempo para hacer el writing. ¿Okay? Vamos a ver estrategias de cómo hacer esto. Pero lo más importante es siempre con el writing, una vez que has terminado, hay que volver a leer. hay que volver a revisar qué has escrito. ¿Ok? Porque si tú quieres hacer my favorite month is September, my favorite month is September. Is this correct? No. Okay, it's month. Pero la gente dice, bueno, pues es más o menos igual y estoy un poco cansado. Pero bien, hay que cambiarlo. ¿Ok? Y esto te va el punto que necesitas de en vez de 49, 50. Está completamente probado. Cada vez que vuelves a leer lo que has escrito, vas a encontrar uno o dos cosas que puedes rectificar, que puedes corregir o que puedes mejorar. ¿Ok? O puedes mejorar. Esto es muy importante. Es la importancia de cuando estás escribiendo, vuelves a mirar. Porque esta vez en los writings que habéis hecho, había demasiados de estos careless errors. ¿Ok? Son errores muy, que podéis haber evitado fácilmente. All right? Entonces, pasa siempre 5 minutos, volver a leer. A no ser como mi hijo, cuando hacía sus deberes y decía, no entiendo por qué no me aprueban todo, porque hago todos los ejercicios. Digo, y correctamente dije, está bien hacer los ejercicios, pero hay que hacerlos bien, ¿ok? Entonces no lleguéis a la trampa. Bueno, ya he terminado y me ha costado un poco hacer el escrito. Clic, enviar, ¿ok? Hay que siempre revisar, ¿ok? Antes de enviarlo. Entonces vamos a mirar, aparte del spelling in English, vamos a mirar cuáles son los otros errores más comunes cuando estamos escribiendo en inglés. Os voy a poner en las salas para ver si funcionan, ¿ok? 4 minutos y vais haciendo cuáles son los errores más comunes cuando estamos escribiendo en inglés, ¿ok? Y cuando volvemos, we will just speak English again. Okay, so what are the class of errors which are most common when we're writing in English? All right. For example, obviously it's not pronunciation because when we're writing, we're not speaking. So what are the most common errors when we're writing? Here we go. Let's get into your rooms. Just 4 minutes, see if everything works, and then we can continue. Okay, so make a note together of the most common mistakes when we're writing. All right, off you go. Va a asignar un secretario para cada sala. En este caso, room number 1, Beatriz. Number 2, Gonzalo. Number 3, Maria Pilar. Number 4, Marta Jimenez, okay? And number 5, Fernando Araujo, if you're going in there. So, please go to your rooms. If you can see, you have a little thing, okay? So, Okay, Javier, you come out there. You finished. You finished already. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So where are you from, Javier?
I'm from Segovia.
Segovia, absolutely. Segovia, very nice, very
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Is that the city of Segovia?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
the almost the downtown.
Wow. Okay. And do you work in Segovia too?
Yeah,
Okay.
although I am not working like a teacher because I have to pass the competitive exams with a higher mark than this year.
Okay. All right. And are you a primary school teacher or secondary school?
Uh, Kindergarten and primary school, both.
Oh, okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. What's it like living in Segovia? I mean, Segovia is like a museum.
Mm, I like overall people are very kind, but maybe it's like a village. People is mm, muy cercana, ¿cómo decirlo?
Hmm. Okay. So people are very friendly.
Very friendly.
Hmm. But what about all the tourists? There are lots and lots of tourists.
Yeah, I wrote the writing about it
Hmm.
because tourism is complicated in this city because most of them are a little problematic because they are mm, visiting all the city without norms, more or less,
Hmm.
and a lot of things that they are doing in this moment and that moment is prohibited and they must know it.
Oh dear. Okay. Wow. Okay then. Right. So that the advantages and disadvantages, of course, of living in a city with tourists. It's the same for
Mm,
Salamanca, I suppose, for a lot of tourists.
mm.
Okay. Yep. Good. Thank you. So we've got, just wait for a few more people to come back. Elena, Juan Manuel, okay, coming back in, and Juani, Maria Pilar, Raquel, and so on. Okay, good. Okay, so what are some of the other mistakes, please? Please write them in the chat box. What are some of the mistakes, please, in the chat box? You can write down in the meeting chat. You can write down what are some of the common mistakes. There's one, the word order. Okay. Okay. What else? Connected. Okay. Prepositions. Yeah. Connectors. Oh, yeah. Yeah. False friends. False friends.
What does mean?
Mm-hmm.
What means
Infinitive.
false friends?
Ah, okay. Here we go. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Most friends are similar words that have
Ah,
different meanings. For instance, sensible in English and in Spanish, sensible have nothing to do.
ah.
Okay, there we are. So Miguel Angel is quite right. He said, for example, sensible in English is not sensible. Okay, in Spanish, it looks the same, but it's not the same. It's like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Well, that's a bad example. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are the same, really, aren't they? Okay, but absolutely, sensible in Spanish would be sensitive in English, sensitive, right? And sensible in English in Spanish would be, so sensible in Spanish is sensitive in English, but sensible in English, what would that be in Spanish?
Sensato.
Sensato. Excellent. Okay, so it's a false friend, right? Phrasal verbs, good. Okay, let's get rid of it. Okay. The subject, yeah, using the subject correctly. Don't write the subject. The grammar, yeah. So that can be the form of the verbs or writing in the correct grammar tense. Anything else? Adjectives, okay, in plural, yeah.
No hay.
Adjectives in plural.
No.
It's blue books, not the blues books, of course. Bigs, houses. No, big houses. The adjective is always in the singular. Okay. That's very good, Gonzalo. More things.
Stick to the amount of words.
Oh, yes, the number of words. Okay, the number of words. Very good. Ah, look at that. Yeah. Complex thought in simple sentences. But look, Miguel Angel has given us such a complex idea, it won't fit in my small box. Okay, but absolutely, this means how to be concise. Yeah, how to use to compact everything. Very good. Spanglish. Absolutely. When you invent a word. You've never seen this word. You invent this word. Las posibilidades de que tu palabra, tu invento, sea un acierto son muy bajas posibilidades. All right. Good. Think in Spanish and translate to English. Absolutely. That's what we call L1, L2 interference. Okay. L1 is Spanish. L2 is English for you. So language 1, language 2, interference. Yeah. So good. All right. Oh, some more vocabulary. Yeah. And actually, what we're looking at here, is that one thing are mistakes, but another thing, you can write perfect English. Look, I am English, full stop. I am Joshua, full stop. I am in a room, full stop. I am at home, full stop. I am happy, full stop. I have a cup of tea, full stop. This is perfect English. But unfortunately, it's not B1. It's not even A2, is it really? Okay, so there's something which we have to think about, which we call range. Okay, range. And range means that we can demonstrate all the English we know by having a big vocabulary, by using different tenses. Okay, actually and nowadays. Okay, actually and nowadays. Well, those are really connectors, aren't they? Or adverbials. Yep. Apostrophes. Yep. When it's possessive, particularly. So how to talk about possessive things. Style. Very good, Marta. Are we writing a letter? Are we writing an email? Okay. Good. Okay. So these are the main mistakes. Very, very good. If we know make or do. Wow. All right. Yep. Okay, that's enough. Otherwise, we'll be here a long time. Thank you. All right, let's look then. So these are the main things that we say: the spelling, the grammar, the vocabulary, the word order, particularly with adjectives. Okay, particularly with adverbs. Spanglish, agreement, which means if we're writing a longer sentence, that both parts of the sentence must agree with each other. Okay, the best idea of agreement is when we're writing a conditional. Okay, a conditional. If it rains, I will take an umbrella. So the second part of the sentence, if it rains, I will take an umbrella. The second part agrees with the first part. If it rains, I would take an umbrella. It doesn't agree, okay? It's not synchronized. Style, structure. We'll look at structure in a minute. Task completion. Task completion means if the title of the essay of the writing says, please write about the 3 most important places in your city, the 3 most, and you write down 6, this means you have not completed the task, right? We didn't ask for 6, we only asked for 3. Length of sentences, punctuation, very important. Contractions, effective filter, that's important. We'll look at that afterwards. Number of words, 0 articles. This is a very big one, and we'll look at it in a moment. 0 articles. Can anybody tell me what's a 0 article? Articles. Look, a cup of tea. A cup of tea. Articles. Look, the gargoyle in Paris, the gargoyle. So we got 2 articles, a cup of tea, the gargoyle. But a 0 article is a word with no article. Can you give me some examples, please?
Education.
Education, good. Not the education, education. More things.
People.
People. More.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge is king. Yeah. More things.
In plural, for instance, cows. Cows give milk.
Okay, cows absolutely give milk. Yes. What about some of the important things in the world? What did John Lennon say? All you need is
Love.
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 love. Okay. And then John Lennon also said, all you need is love. And he said, give a chance. Give
Peace.
Give peace. So peace and love. There we go. All right. And of course, when we listen to John Lennon, we listen to music. Okay. So these abstract nouns, very, very good. All right. Excellent. So that's important. And there we are. This was really important. We got good writing. We got good writing, good writing. However, your writing will be better if you use connectors. Okay? And some connectors are very, very easy. Connectors like, here we go. Let's have a little look. Connectors like because, so, okay, next, then, and, also, like, but, okay, instead of, especially, if. So these are, even if, you want B2, you don't want to B2, I don't want to complicate things. I just want to make it look good. So we need to always use as many connectors as possible. All right. We don't have these clauses that you have in Spanish. So if we got different clauses in a sentence, we need connectors. Let's look at a fantastic piece of writing, which one of you did this week. Okay. Which one of you did this week. And I liked it. Okay, remember the question? You have to write about education in your country and how it has changed in the last 50 years. Okay. How will it change in the future? First of all, 250 words. And this wonderful person wrote 251. Oh my God, 251 words. What should we do? All right. Not a problem. If there's only one word, don't worry too much. But, you will see when you're writing that you must bring it down a little bit. So don't take the risk. Don't take the risk. Let's look at this. Just look at it a couple of minutes. Look at it a couple of minutes. And tell me afterwards if you can see any errors, please. So look at it very quickly. Read it through. Read it through. It's anonymous. I don't know who wrote this. But I can tell you it's a very good essay. Very, very good.
Firstly.
Okay. Absolutely. That's careless, isn't it? That's careless, actually. Yeah. So, we'll look at the mistakes afterwards, but yeah.
Before that, I think is it correct over the last 50 years?
Over the last 50 years, very, very good. Very, very good. Okay. So don't tell me the mistakes. Just read it now in a couple of minutes to get an idea. And afterwards we will say why it's a very good essay. Okay.
In my opinion, is incorrect. In my country, in fact, in my opinion, is very in maybe. I don't know.
It is redundant.
Okay, don't worry about that. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
Just read.
Okay.
And enjoy this very good essay. And then we will criticize it.
Nowadays, the knowledge, is incorrect. No?
Okay.
Opinion has a apostrophe.
Oh, it doesn't? No. Of course not.
No, in Spanish, acento.
Yeah, an accent. That's right. No accents in English.
Maybe Pearson use war in Spanish and no war in English.
Let's look then. Let's look at some of the points here then. Normally, when I correct your writing, you'll see, of course you can, of course. Yeah, of course, Fernando. Of course. Okay. Just a note. When you do your writing, you do it when you can. Okay. You can do this one next week. You can do it last week. It doesn't matter. You can do them in any order that you want to. Yeah, you can do it any order that you want to. So sometimes when I'm correcting your writing, sometimes if it's in green, that means it's very good. Okay, then it's good. Okay. However, sometimes if I write it in yellow, or in red, I want you to look and I want you to change it yourself. Okay. So let's look. When it's in yellow here, there's a problem. Okay. So obviously we said the education. No, it's our zero article. It's education. Has changed over the last 50 years in my country. In fact, no, full stop. In fact is an emphasizer. We are emphasizing something. Emphasis, and it is to begin a sentence or to end a sentence, right? but we're not going to use it as a connector because it's not really a connector, is it? Is it a connector? No, don't think so. It doesn't say it's a connector there, does it? In fact, in my opinion, absolutely, it has undergone deep changes. Wow, excellent, excellent, very, very good. So listen, this is giving us a good introduction, okay? This is a good introduction, and that's how we like our structure to be, okay? That's why it's very good. The second thing which is very good, of course, we should say firstly, secondly, thirdly, first, second, third. So we've got 3 different points and they're very well identified, which is excellent. So the contents have changed. In general, in the past, education was limited to learning how to read, writing and doing. Remember, this is agreement. Learning, so it's limited to learning, to writing, and to doing. Basic mathematical operations like addition, look at that, subtraction, not subtraction, multiplication and division. Not too bad, is it? Nowadays, knowledge to learn is greater and above all linked to new. That's a difficult one. Right, let's get rid of this, okay? Anything in brackets or parentheses, out. No way. Doesn't exist in English, okay? We don't want brackets or parentheses, okay? Nowadays, knowledge to learn is greater and above all linked to new technologies. New technologies, okay, a bit of spelling there, not too bad. Yeah. Secondly, teacher role, the teacher's role, unfortunately, okay, has changed too. Many years ago, teachers were respected like authority. But, there we go, there's our connector. But now it is necessary, spelling, necessary, to remember through rules that the teacher is an authority. Yeah, we understand. In addition, the teacher previously presented knowledge as dogma, whereas, okay, there's our connector, whereas now he is a mediator or she is a mediator. And if he is a good teacher, he must encourage and so on. Wow. Look at that sentence. It's too long. Too long. Okay. Sorry, this part, too long. So I think we should try, it's a good sentence. It's a very good sentence, but it's too long because the risk of making a mistake is too high. Let's continue. Thirdly, nowadays, knowledge has been democratized, has it? Okay, and can be accessed through different means, not only formal education. Let's get rid of the colons, the colon and semicolon. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Comma. So, los punto punto, los doble punto y los punto comma, which is a colon and a semicolon. No way. No, no, we don't want them. No queremos paréntesis, no queremos tres puntos suspensivos o de otro tipo de puntos que no sea punto final. Full stop. That's the only one we like. Well, so, no queremos ver. I don't want to see colons, semicolons, etc. Puntos suspensivos, paréntesis. ¿Cómo se dice? Dash. What's a dash in Spanish? Un
Guión.
Un guión. No, no, no. I don't want to see those. Okay, don't not in the writing because that when we use those those punctuation marks, what we're doing is doing an abbreviation. It's an abbreviation. Okay? Entonces, esto es un estilo muy malo. Okay? Somebody wrote fantastic. Alguien hizo una redacción perfecto, fantástico acerca de unos pisos, pero hizo en forma de apuntes. Muy claro, muy bien. But I didn't like the style. Okay, so you have to do it again. I'm sorry. Okay, so all we want is commas and full stops and question marks and question marks. Right. Thirdly, nowadays, here we go. So it's been democratized and so on and so on. Okay. It's just too long. It's very, very, very good, but again, too long. Okay. Now, this is very good because this was in the past, in the present, and then in the future. Education in the future will be increasingly practical, comma, based on real problems with teachers who pose the problems and are capable of leading a learning group. Excellent. Furthermore, it would be desirable to encourage critical awareness, creative and divergent thinking to face new challenges. Although I am afraid that this last aspect necessary to make humanity evolve is not of interest to those who design the country's educational lines. That is extremely complex, okay? Extremely complex. In conclusion,
una señora que está debajo, bueno, que está incorporada, ya es día de trabajo. Es de la 11.
María.
Can you turn off your microphones, please? Okay. All right. I'm going to find out who's talking. I'm going to turn you all off.
María, sí, se te escucha. Tienes el micro abierto.
Ay, perdón.
Nada.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Okay, brilliant. So this was a brilliant, absolutely fantastic C1 essay, okay? C1 essay. Really, really good. So we saw the structure. Let's just think about that. We'll look at this again next week, the things that we need to look at. All right?
One thing.
Yes, please.
En un ratito le voy a decir que me tengo que ir. Porque ya por hoy.
Okay.
What
all
mark
right.
is this?
Okay. All right.
Ana, you have the microphone. Ana Isabel.
Okay. Go on then. So one thing.
What mark is this say for you?
This, for me, this is like 65 or 70, possibly
Okay.
70. Yeah. Possibly 70.
Thank you.
Okay. Jolly good. Right. Thank you. So no, we're not going to save that at all. Good. So that's very good. Now let's go on then. And we're going to talk directly now about the speaking part of the exam, as you know, and we're going to go through it. We're going to do a lot of examples, and we're going to do a lot of speaking naturally. Okay. There we go. Well, we've got our Pearson exam. It doesn't really matter. The only difference between the B2 and the C1 exam is the C1 exam, you have 2 hours, okay? 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2.5 hours. And if it's the B2 exam, you have 2 hours. That is literally the only difference, okay? And when you're doing the writing, it's a little bit shorter. So in the B2 exam, the first writing would be 120 to 150 words. In the C1, it would be 150 to 180 words. So that's the only difference. The format, the questions are exactly the same. And sometimes they exchange some of their some of that questions. They're the same in the B2 as in the C1. Okay, so here we go. Here's some questions then about the exam. Where do we do the exam? Where is the exam? Anybody know? Where do we do the exam?
En Salamanca.
In the office.
In Salamanca.
Ampe. No?
But Ampe Salamanca, absolutely good. All right, so it's Ampe Salamanca, excellent. Okay, it is the only Pearson exam center in Castilla Leon. Okay, so if you want to do Pearson, you must come to Ampe in Salamanca. There is no other place. Okay, when is the exam, please?
In February.
What dates?
The 22nd.
Okay, good. February. Excellent. Remember, look at that. I made a mistake. February. Look at that. February. It's a month. It must have a capital letter in English. It's a capital letter. Siempre. All right? Mayúscula. February 2025. Good. Okay. How are you going to do the exam? Will you have a computer terminal? Must you bring your laptop or a tablet, or what is it? What's the format? Does anybody know?
I think we have to speak with some.
Okay, well, we have the speaker, we have an interview, don't we? Yes, we have an interview. Yeah.
With you or
with me or with somebody else. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then what about the writing and listening part? Is it with a computer, with a laptop, with a tablet?
Computer?
It's a computer.
Forbidden.
Sorry?
You have to take a pencil.
Not a pencil, please. Paper and pen. Okay, no pencils. In the last exam, for some reason, por algún motivo, la gente trajeron pencils. Okay, you can write a pencil to make a note. But everybody wanted to do todo el examen con lápiz y luego pensando que habría tiempo para luego pasarlo limpio con el pen. Y la gente no tenía tiempo, all right? And the pencil to make a note, but you'd answer with a pen, please, okay? Really important. No hay tanto tiempo para hacerlo todo con lápiz. Right, so it's paper and pen. There's not a computer one, which means when you are doing some of your writing exercises, please don't do them directly onto the platform. Use a pen and some paper and write your answer and then copy it. All right, that will be the best way for you to review and to see if you've got any mistakes. Okay, who will be supervising the exam? Who is going to be supervising the exam?
Teacher who comes. One person comes from Pearson.
Yeah, sometimes, but normally nobody comes from Pearson. So who is it?
You?
Well, normally it's me, and who else? And your president, Guillermo, of course, our friend, okay? And Jose, all right? So that's great. So it's your, friendly, no problem, people that you will feel comfortable with. It's not a problem. So if you want to do the exam, if you want to pass the exam, what do you need to do?
Practice, study.
Good. Okay. Practice, okay? You need to do all the practice tests in the skills booster books, okay? So practice a little bit every day or every weekend. Absolutely. Okay. now that we're here, do you have any exams? Sorry, do you have any questions about the exam? No? Okay, we've got a lot of time to think about that. Absolutely, okay? Lots of exam practice. Lots of exam practice. Very, very important, okay? Okay, we're going to think now about the speaking exam, the kind of advice. What kind of advice can you think of for the speaking exam? Number one, only speak English, okay? Number one, only speak English. Number two, listen to the question. Listen to the question. Three more things then. Three more things. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Pronunciation or intonation.
No, here's the three things you need to think about. Pasca Wolsey, dunt zu glashpin, eus roye might luel. What does this mean? You got three very good pieces of
Speak
advice.
slowly.
Speak
slowly.
Speak slowly. Yeah. Speak slowly. Yep. What else?
Don't use
Don't use Spanglish.
Don't use Spanglish. Yeah. Good. Don't use Spanglish. And
use
Use your
your
time
well.
well.
so that was again the last one.
Use your
Use
time
your
well.
time well.
Okay, so speak slowly. English is a language which sounds very, very nice when people speak slowly. Okay, because we have a lot of intonation, and it's fine, and it's much better to speak slowly. Second, speaking slowly gives you time to think. Second thing, don't use Spanglish. We said before, don't invent words. And third, use your time well. Because when you're speaking, you're going to have your three questions, and one is a discussion, two is describe a picture, and three is a role play, okay? And you have about 2 minutes for each one. 2 minutes, all right? It's not a monologue. It's not a monologue, okay? Except in number 11, where you will have to speak alone. It's not a conversation. So you have to speak for 2 minutes, and the person who is interviewing you will help you, right? And what we're going to...
Sorry, yes, that
Yeah.
time is the minimum.
No, it's no more, no less. It's 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Okay, now, so that in total, it's 6 minutes. The reality is it's about 10 minutes, okay? Because at the beginning, we have to practice and say something, and are you comfortable, and what's your name, and what's your telephone number, I'll take a note, and these things. So approximately 10 minutes, but at the actual exam time is 6 minutes. Okay, here we are. So we're going to look now. We've got our 3 questions, and now it's time we need to start practicing a little bit. Okay, so discussion. This is 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and the interviewer will ask you a question like this. Okay, the questions are normally not very interesting. All right, the questions are not very interesting. They are not very original, and they are repeated every year, the same questions. Here we go then. Technology saves us all a lot of time. Look at that. Technology saves us all. Sorry, something moving around on the floor. I don't know what it is. Sorry. Anyway, technology saves us all a lot of time. Do you agree? Okay, and we're saying down here at least 3 exchanges, at least 3 exchanges. So if I ask you then, okay, I think, okay, let's see, somebody who looks quite awake. Yes, okay, Beatrice, you look quite awake today. Yes, so if I ask you, Beatrice, please tell me, I'm going to put my timer on so I can see exactly 2 minutes. Please tell me, stopwatch, here we go. Technology saves us a lot of time. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay, absolutely agree with you. Because nowadays, people don't normally live without a mobile, maybe without
Well, yes, but
Instagram.
using a smartphone, Beatrice, people, it doesn't save us a lot of time. People spend all their time looking at their mobile telephone, so they waste time. Your microphone isn't working too well. Okay, let me ask somebody else. Okay, because your microphone isn't too good. Let's get somebody else. Let's see. Pilar, are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Pilar. So,
Pilar, I think. I'm not sure.
okay, well, I'm sure you are. You look like you're awake, so that's very good. So, Pilar. So, technology saves us a lot of time. Do you agree?
Depends. In my opinion, if you use technology for job and during a time, a short time, is save us all of a lot of time. But if you are watching a lot of time, a lot things is you spend your time watching things that not aren't important for your
Yeah,
job.
but generally, the fact that you can receive text messages or look at maps or things like this, it means we don't have to take a book or an atlas or ask directions in the street. So it does save us a lot of time, don't you think?
I don't understand you.
Okay, well, on your telephone, you can see maps, you can see
Yeah.
directions, you can read text messages. So it's much quicker than having to go and sit down and write a letter or write an email. So it
Yeah.
saves us a lot of time, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting use the technology for all that things that you uh, uh, have s- said.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair enough. Thank you. Let's do this again. Gonzalo, are you with me?
Yes, I am here.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. Absolutely. So, Gonzalo, let's try this again. So, question, it's a discussion. Remember, it's a discussion. So, Gonzalo, first of all, please, we're going to discuss something. And the question is, technology saves us a lot of time. Do you agree?
Yes, I think that technology saves us most of times, not always, but I think technologies are very, very important nowadays. But sometimes it falls, it failed. As you know, last week, for example, in Valencia, it didn't work as well as we need. So most of times, technologies are very, very important. But the technologies sometimes fail.
Okay. Yes, but generally, people spend so much time learning how to use an air fryer, learning how to use their Tesla car, learning how to use their iPhone, that really they're wasting time where they could do things themselves without the telephone.
Yes, it seems to be a waste of time, but at first you have to read and you have to study, but later it will help you. But we think that technology have to give us everything, absolutely everything done. No, you have to study a little also.
Yes, all right. But then technology seems to be addictive. And so it means that we spend more and more time playing games, reading things, playing with our robot vacuum cleaner because it's funny. So in that case.
Yes, in that case are very, very useful. For example, the vacuum cleaner is fantastic now. And the other side, for example, I detest the game machines. So for me, there is no advance in that material.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, listen then. Okay, that was better. Pilar, it was good. It was good. Of course it was good. But and Gonzalo, it was good. However, remember when we're having a discussion, you can't say yes and no. If you say yes, I say no. You don't go, I agree with you. Never. You must never agree with me. Okay, very important. Always keep only one argument. Are you in favor? Are you against? Always. Okay? So you can't say technology is very, very useful, but sometimes it's not very useful. Sometimes it does not serve the purpose, like in Valencia. Okay? Because your argument must be very clear because it's a discussion, right? So very important there. Okay, that's very good. In my opinion, it's better to, we're able to, this obsession annoys me, we end up wasting time not saving it. Where would I be without my iPhone 14? I prefer to think about what, not how. The important thing is you must try to disagree with the examiner. Always. Okay.
Josh, I have a question. But can you argue with the teacher or with the examiner teacher if you are like kind of like doing like a game ball, like you can be in one sentence, you can be you can agree or not or disagree, so you can just go like that back and forth or not, but you have to stick just with one idea and it's just like, yes, I agree with that or not.
Absolutely. You must have just one opinion. It's in favor or against. Okay? Always. So if I said to you, let's try another one. Lydia, are you there? Lydia.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to imagine something. We're going to see a friend. Our friend is a woman. Okay? We're going to her house for a party. She's a woman. And we decide we'd like to take a present. Right? And in my opinion, the very best present for this woman will be a box of chocolates. In fact, my opinion is that the very best present that we could give women in general is a box of chocolates. Okay? You understand?
Yes.
So the best present for women, let's say in general, because it's not role play, is a box of chocolates. All right. So we've got two things to argue about there, Lydia. Lydia, Do you agree that chocolates are the very best present for women?
Yes, I think the same because I think that people in general love chocolate in all the countries and whatever and in all the ages.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's true. But don't you think we should be a bit more considerate? I mean, a lot of people have problems with their weight now. And if you're if you're encouraging people to eat lots of sugar, that's not really very responsible, don't you think?
Yes, this is important too, but we can take a present with chocolate with almonds almonds milk or without sugar. Nowadays, we can find some products without sugar in the supermarkets. This is not a problem for me.
Yeah, but it's also true that, I mean, there's certain times of the year when it's very, very hot, and you take the chocolate and it's molten, and really it's not a nice present to give somebody, open it. Oh, it's all soft.
Yes, if you live in other country with some hot and with or in summer, this is a problem because the chocolate cannot go to the house.
Okay, I'll stop because you've agreed with me and you mustn't agree with me. All right?
Yes.
You must not agree with me. Okay. You must say, well, don't worry then, we'll take a chocolate ice cream, for example. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again with Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos. Are you there, Juan Carlos?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. I'm very well. Let's try another question. I know that you are very good at disagreeing with me. You're very good at disagreeing with me. Okay. So at the moment, people think that it would be a very good idea to prohibit children from using smartphones. What do you think about this? Is it a good idea to stop children using smartphones?
In my opinion, smartphones are really a useful tool for children. So shouldn't be um, uh, forbidden at all. But I'm not against that they put some limits about that. But in general, the idea is not to forbid the use.
Yeah, I mean, but children are addicted to playing with their phones. I mean, and mentally, it means then they're not doing anything around the world or the world around them.
Yeah, but could be in some ways. But the advantages of using all the smartphones with all the technology are amazing. During the last month, I haven't seen you. I've been with children of 11, 12 years old, and it is amazing how they deal with the technology using this smartphones. And this is not something for people who we are over 30, 40, 50 years old. And this is advantage for them.
Yeah, but it's also, if you want the full advantages of a smartphone, you need the latest model, right? And that's very expensive for parents.
It's not like that. And then most of them, they don't have the latest model. Most of people, they are buying the models from back market shops like that, where second-hand telephones, which are like 4 or 5 years old. Mine is a iPhone 10, and is more than enough to deal. So, and yeah, it's really, you don't have to make a great effort to buy a telephone capable of doing most of things.
And most children, actually, what they're thinking about is buying things. Or when they play a game, they have to pay money to get a different token or a different character. So it becomes very expensive that way as well.
You can always limit the use of the telephone for children and you don't have to leave then the bank account or a bank number for they choose to buy things. I mean, they can just entertain and they can use the applications without spending money.
Thank you. Okay.
You're
Remember
welcome.
then, thank you. So that was very good, but Juan Carlos has practiced with me a long time, many times. So he knows the exact format. Okay. It's for and against. All right. For and against.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm for and he's against, or he's for and I will always be against. We'll practice this a bit more in a minute. Okay. So that's the first part. Okay. So technology saves us a lot of time. Okay. When we talk about technology, obviously you can say things like smartphone, but you also have to remember words which are going to be connected with technology. Okay. Words which are going to be, I'm sorry, keeps buzzing around, which are connected with technology. Okay. Now, when we're thinking about words which are connected with technology or words which are connected with anything, when we learn our vocabulary, we have different ways. Okay. We can do a list of words. We can do a list of words in English, or we could do a list of words in English and in Spanish. All right. Now, I'm telling you, you need to learn the words in English, not in Spanish. Don't use lists. Write in a list of words in English and then in Spanish. Only in English. And if you look at the list of words and you remember, I remember this word, I remember all these, except this one. Maybe there's one or two. The second time when you look at those words, you don't remember, then you use your dictionary or your telephone to look up the meaning. And the more you look up the meaning in Spanish, the more you will remember. Okay? La destreza que quieres aprender o mejorar es escribir y aprender en inglés. No en español. Eso ya lo sabes. Con lo cual, escribir un listado de palabras en inglés, 100% valor. Escribirles en español, 0, porque esto llevas toda la vida haciendo. So, only English, please. You only write in English. And try to remember. Try to remember. Okay? Now, what I want you to do, instead of using lists to learn words, I prefer you to use mind maps. Okay? A mind map. A mind map is very easy. So it is, for example, here is a mind map about appliances. 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 Well, what's the word? What's an appliance in Spanish, please?
Aparatos.
Una solicitud.
No, that's no. Oh, very good. Excellent, excellent. It's look, I've got look. I don't know. Can you see me? Can you see this?
Yes.
It's my remote control, right? This.
Aparatos.
Yeah.
Accesorios.
Accesorios.
Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of appliances everywhere you look. More appliances. Okay. So it's little gadgets. But appliances are also big appliances.
Electrical appliances or home appliances would be electrodomésticos.
Absolutely. So big appliances, electronic appliances, gadgets. Maybe we should say appliances and devices. Okay. And devices. Maybe that's the bigger one. Okay. Appliances and devices. So I want you to think for a moment, when you're thinking about appliances and devices, if you want to, we can look at them home, okay? We could say work or study, or let's say study. You might have work, and then you might have, oops, let's have another one, leisure. Maybe those are good categories, right? So these are appliances and the devices which help you at home, appliances which help you when you're studying, appliances which are good when you work, or appliances which are very good for enjoying yourself or during your leisure time. So tell me, please, tell me some appliances which we use at home. Appliances which we use at home, please. Any ideas? You can tell me. Examples, please. Anybody?
From home.
At home.
Well,
Appliances.
Smart TV.
Refrigerators, dishwasher.
Okay. Okay, we'll call it a fridge.
Microwave.
Microwave.
Smart TV.
Okay,
No.
TV, yep.
Laptop.
Coffee machine.
Vacuum cleaner.
A coffee machine.
Air fryer.
Wait a minute, a vacuum cleaner and an air fryer. Anything else?
Hair dryer.
A dryer for the clothes.
Okay. So that's very good. All right. So coffee machine. Okay. A clothes dryer. Yeah.
Cook. No, cooker. Sorry.
The cooker. Yeah, the cooker. Could be. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, okay. A cooker also. Yeah. Fine.
Oven.
Sorry?
Oven.
An oven. Yeah, very good. All right. Very good. So those are some appliances and devices which we use at home. Very, very good. Absolutely perfect.
And could be a kettle, the one to warm up the water.
Okay, okay. So if you have a deep cultural knowledge of England, you would know that obviously a kettle is the most important thing. Number one is the kettle, and number two is
A dryer for toaster.
The toaster, of course. All right. The most important things in an English home, kettle and a toaster. Absolutely. But good. Then we know then. So when we're thinking of words, we know those are our home appliances, right? When you're studying, what kind of things would be useful? What kind of appliances or devices?
Computer.
Laptop.
Wait, but what kind of computer? A tabletop or a tabletop computer, right? With the screen and a separate keyboard. Yeah. A laptop.
Could we say maybe like a marker? I'm not sure.
A marker? What kind of marker?
Like write. Like I don't know.
Subrayador dice, no.
Subrayador, sí.
Okay, a highlighter. Okay.
Highlight. Okay.
A highlighter. I don't know, but it's not really. It's not really electric, is it, or electronic?
Printer.
A printer. Okay.
Smartphone.
Smartphone. All right, a smartphone. Tablet. Okay. Now, a scanner.
Reality glasses for science.
Virtual reality glasses. All right.
That's good.
Calculator.
Calculator. Nice. Yeah.
Headphones.
Headphones. All right. Very good. Yeah, that's nice. Now, so it's the same thing. They're also devices, but these are devices for studying. Good. What about for work then? What about work? Maybe you're thinking about special kind of machinery for work.
For work.
Projector.
A projector.
Router.
A router. Yeah.
Computer again.
Okay, so some of the words which are for studying will also be the same.
Pen drive.
A pen drive, yes.
Smart TV.
Okay, so you maybe want a display or a monitor, a display or the monitor, right? What else?
If you practice DIY, in such a case, an electric drill.
Okay, so it's not only work in the office, is it? It's also manual work.
Of
An
course.
electric drill. Okay, absolutely.
Webcam.
A webcam. Yeah, cool. More things.
Scanner.
A scanner. Well, we had that for studying as well. Okay, but you might have things like a lawn mower. What's a lawn mower?
Internet or Wi-Fi.
Okay, internet. Okay, a lawn mower. You might have an electric saw.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. You might have a thermometer. Thermometer if you're a nurse or a doctor. Thermometer. Okay. If you're a doctor. Okay, so all sorts of different things depending on if you're working or where you're working.
Microphones.
Microphones.
Cameras.
Okay, microphone. But you might need something like a crane, a grua. Okay, so these also appliances which we might need as well. Somebody coming in there. Okay, good. Yeah, you can see the class later on. I will record it. I will hang it. I will publish it on internet tomorrow. Okay, so more things then. What about leisure? What about appliances and devices we use for leisure?
A PlayStation.
A games console. Yeah, so a PlayStation. You're right.
Smartwatch.
Sorry.
Smartwatch.
What?
You can't hear me.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Smartwatch.
A smart? Write it in the chat box. An e-book. That's good.
Camera.
Okay, but we've got the webcam there, haven't we? We said the webcam.
No, to take a photography.
Very good, right? A camera, a photographic camera or a video camera. An e-bike. What else?
Electric bike. Okay, sorry.
Okay. A smartwatch. What about GPS? If you like hiking, going to the mountains.
Virtual reality glasses too.
Okay, really? Okay, virtual reality glasses. Okay, I've got to try those. Those sound good. Okay. Anything else? An organ. An organ, absolutely. Or an electric guitar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Digital piano.
Yeah, there we go. So a digital piano. There we are.
A
Okay.
controller.
A controller. What's that?
Kind of controller in order to play games in the computer, for instance.
All right, or your steering wheel. Yes, you can play Formula One. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, or a fitness machine. Good. So many, many different things. Now, we don't need to know these words in Spanish, do we? We do not need to see these in Spanish at all. We can learn them in English because most of them we understand because they came from us. So it is important for you to look in your mind, to look in your head to see what kind of words you already know, right? To see what kind of words you already know and which words you can use, right? This is your vocabulary, is your treasure. This is your treasure, right? And you must look after your treasure, after your vocabulary. You must look at it and learn. And you must be active, right? And you must learn more and more vocabulary. And you need to increase your vocabulary. How can you increase your vocabulary?
Reading.
Reading. Absolutely. Okay, you need to read and make a note. That's a good word. I'm going to write it down. I like this word. Okay. But do it like this, in this schematic form, please. Okay. Okay. We're going to have a discussion. Imagine we're going to have a discussion. Look at these words. Look at these words. Can you see these words? Okay. Look at this. And I just want you to look at the words, and I want you to tell me, what do you think the question would be? What's the question here? If you look at this, what is the question? These are some words which we could use in a discussion.
Recycling.
Okay, but I want you to think for a moment, and I want you to write down in the chat box the exact question. Okay, so write down in the chat box when you can the exact question, please. Okay, this is for a discussion. This is the answer. This is the answer which you could talk about. Yes. So what's the question? He said recycling. Oh, okay. Yeah, but what is the exact? I can't say we're going to discuss something. People lifestyle. No. Okay. What is the exact? This is connected. This is good. This is good. But I want you to invent a question, please. A question. All right. Very good. Okay. Marta, thank you. Marta says, how could we be more? But can we? Okay. Look at that question, Marta. We can't use that for a discussion, can we? Because the discussion is in favor and against. How can we improve the planet? What is the fact? But it's a discussion question, isn't it? And the discussion question is, do you agree? Juan Carlos says, oh, good. Lydia says, what products are good for a good lifestyle? Oh, good. Fernando. Right, listen, stop, everybody. Look, Fernando has given us the perfect questions. Are humans influencing climate change? Are humans influencing climate change? Yeah, it's a very complicated question, of course. So, Fernando, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So, Fernando.
Yes.
Okay. Fernando.
Yes.
We're going to discuss something.
So I can hear you very well. Sorry.
We can hear you very well. Okay. Can you hear me now?
No, yes, sorry. I with my baby, so it's
all right.
very
Well, don't
difficult for
worry.
me to speak today.
Right.
Sorry.
Don't worry. I won't ask you. Let me ask. Fernando, turn off your microphone, please. Okay. Lovely. Okay. So, who have we got here? Marta Maillo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Marta Jimenez, I'm sorry. Good. So, Marta, here we are. What do you think? Should people be more responsible about using different products? Because, you know, humans are influencing climate change. What do you think?
I'm sure that people habits contribute to improve the environment. So I think that the human habits are related to the way that the environments will stay.
Okay. All right. But you know, people actually use many more products than they need. And so they have a lifestyle where they create a lot of wasted things and a lot of waste. Don't you think?
I think so. Because there are a lot of products that aren't necessary and we use it or them without necessity.
Yes, but people, you know, go to the shop and they have money and they can choose what they want to buy. They can choose if it has plastic or if it's paper or if it's metal. It's their choice, and that's a good thing.
I think the most thing that can contribute to be worse the planet or the environment is a type of things that plastics without control. I
Yes.
mean, you go to buy in a supermarket, okay, and you can choose one brand who or what recycle plastic or not. And I mean that is ¿cómo se dice? Elección.
Choice.
Choice. Is your choice to contribute to improve the environment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right then. Okay. Let's ask somebody else. What do you think? Luth, are you there?
Hi, hello.
Hello,
Can
how
you
are
listen to
you?
me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's do this one. Luth, do you think so if we're going to have a discussion, people should be obliged to recycle, to reduce, to repair, to reuse their goods? What do you think?
Well, yes, it's necessary to to have conscience about the importance of recycling, about reuse, about give a second life to some kind of things.
Yes, but sometimes if you have a second life to old gadgets or appliances, then they're not as efficient as the new appliances.
That's why it's important to have conscience about if we are improving, we are or we are making a good choice, recycling or not. For example, reuse or try to give a second life of a battery, of some kinds of batteries. It's contraproducente. It's inefficient because you are contaminating more than contributing to have a better planet, a better environment, or I mean, it's contaminating more than saving our planet, than helping us to have a better planet to live.
Yeah, but then this can't be an individual's responsibility, because this should be the government then who says what you can or can't buy, or what you can or can't sell.
I think we have very clear what we have to do with our life, what we want for, not only for my life, not only for my future. We need to have a social conscience. I don't need a government. I don't need anyone to tell me what's better for my planet or for people who's living with me or will live after me.
Okay.
I don't need anyone for that.
Thank you. All right, good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good. Remember, when the examiner says thank you, you finish. Okay? When the examiner says thank you, then we finish. All right, we're going to practice that, the discussion part again. Okay, a bit later on. Remember, the second part of our exam is always got a picture. Okay? It's always got a picture. It's always got two pictures. Normally it's got two pictures. Right? So first one is discussion. That's question number 10. Question number 11 is a photograph or two photographs. Here we are. Can you see the two photographs?
Yes.
Okay. So let me choose somebody. Natalia, are you there?
Hello, yes.
Hi there, Natalia. So what I want you to do is we look at the two photographs. So what do we have to do with them? The first thing, now remember, is you have 2 minutes for this question.
Okay.
The first thing is that you must describe the two photographs. Now, when we describe the two photographs, here we go, okay? When we describe the two photographs, I want you to describe in detail. So what is this? Where would you see it? What can you see? What happens, or how is this active? What are the people doing? Or in the first one, what do you do with this photograph if you want to interact with it? Okay, so if you saw this on your telephone, how would you interact with it? Okay, and what is the what is the aim? What's the goal? What's the objective of the first photograph then? Okay, and in the second photograph, let's look again a little better. It's a little bit bigger. In the second photograph, I want you to describe it in detail. When we describe it in detail, now listen, we use a system which says bottom up, okay? Bottom up, right? So we could say, oh, well, yeah, this is a bunch of people. They're all on vacation, having a good time. They may be having a game, and no. That's top down, top down. Okay. The bottom up is, we can see 10 people. They are young people. Okay. We can describe the people. We can say exactly what we see. And second, we say, how are the people interacting? What are they doing? Right? And third, then we give, I think, maybe what we can conclude from this. Are they friends? Are they meeting for the first time? Are they playing a game? Are they dancing? All right. So that's bottom up. It's exactly what we see. What are they doing? And then what we think they're doing. Right? So you get 1 minute to describe 2 photographs. 1 minute to describe 2 photographs, please. So that was, all right, Natalia.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, go. Sorry, go.
Okay.
What
Okay.
can you see in the 2 photographs?
In the first picture, I see wait. I see a computer, like a screenshot of a computer, that I see the word people, and I think that it's an app that you can chat with a lot of people. And in the second photo, I see 11 children having fun, and they are playing a game that they are one team versus another team, and they are like doing the team screen. I don't know, and they seem having fun because they are all happy with a smile.
Thank you. Perfect. That's what that was very, very good for a first. That's very, very good for a first attempt. Very, very good. Okay. Yeah. We could say more things. Oh, look, there's a diverse group because some of them are white and some of them are people of color. Some have got glasses. Maybe it's a warm day because they're wearing t-shirts. A lot of different things. A lot of different things. Okay. That's great. So the next part, let's see, for example, Rosa, are you there?
Yes.
Rosa. So if the question here between the 2 of them is, our next question is, okay, which photo would you choose for a website to make friends and know about new cultures? So which photograph would be best for a website which is about making friends online and getting to know people from different cultures? What's your opinion there, Rosa? Which do you think would be the best photograph?
Okay, I will choose the second one because the first one is only an emoji that you can see if person are having fun or anything else. And in the second one, you can see a group of people of different races. So with the second one that you can chat with people of your country or other countries, other age, and you can choose people that have your interests, and I don't know. In the first.
Okay. All right. No, that's good. That's good. That was very good. I mean, you didn't speak for 1 minute. You spoke for about 45 seconds, but that's good. Very, very good.
Okay.
So which one would be best? So which one would you choose? And you chose the second one. That's very good. Obviously, you could say a few more things. However, sometimes, particularly in that question, we need to make more time. Okay. So you can also give your opinion. Diana, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Right. So if I asked, Diana, if I asked your opinion really about which of the 2 systems to make new friends, whether it's just online and you're chatting to people with just a name, or, you know, actually getting to know people and see their faces and be able to interact with them somehow. Which do you think is the most satisfying experience and why?
Sorry, can you repeat me the question, please?
Yeah, which do you think would be the most satisfying experience? To chat with people only to see their name, or to actually see their faces and be able to talk to them and interact online on a website?
For me, I think it is better to meet somebody in real life. I mean, talk with people in front of, not in between a screen. Because I think when you talk with somebody in real life, not just chatting, you can know the person much well. I don't know, sorry.
Continue.
I prefer to meet people without screens and social apps.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So very, very good. Okay. One more thing that we can do when we're looking at these kind of photographs and comparing, we can also give our opinion. Okay. We can also give our opinion. Right now. So I'm asking now, if I said instead of this, I think which would be the most satisfying experience? And I say, which would be the safest experience? Which would be the safest experience? To get to know people where you can see them and you know who you're talking to, or perhaps just to be a more anonymous kind of writing experience where you exchange messages instead of actually seeing the people. Okay. Now, to do this, to talk about the safety aspects, which you think would be the best experience. Miguel Angel, what's your opinion of the two options of getting to know people?
I'm afraid that you should be very cautious about people you know through phones, internet, etc. And even if you know people presently in real life, especially if you are invited to his or her home. If you are in a cafe, in a pub, is different. It's different. If this person has been introduced to you by a person in who you are confident, I think there is no problem. But an unknown, anonymous people is it's not dangerous, but at least you should take some cautions. For instance.
Thank you. Now, you see, now you got, this is very good because Miguel Angel was just about to say, was going to give us some excellent examples, but the minute finished. So there's no chance. So it's very, very important to do three things, okay? First of all, you're going to describe it. And second, you are going to give some examples, okay? As soon as you can. Give some examples. And third, you're going to give your personal reaction, okay? Your personal reaction, which might be something like, sorry, I think it's really dangerous only to meet people online. Okay? That's how I might start myself. I think it's absolutely fantastic because you can meet so many new people and you don't have to leave your home. But please give your opinion. Give your opinion together with some of your arguments. Okay, here we go. So those two pictures, we're going to look at them again. 2 minutes. 1 minute to describe, and the second minute to decide which is the best choice or to give some kind of interpretation. Right, that's question 11. It is always 2 photographs, okay? And that is the most, that's a risky one because really it's 2 dialogues. It's just yourself. The examiner is not permitted. In this exam, the examiner cannot participate in a conversation with you. Okay, right, here we go. Question number 12, which is our role play, which is similar in a way. Right? You think your father is too lazy and you like to persuade him to be a bit more active. What kind of things would you say? Okay, what kind of things would you say? I'm sorry, question 12, like question 10 is 2 minutes, question 11 is 2 minutes, question 12 is 2 minutes. It's 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so this goes like this. You think your father is too lazy and you'd like to persuade him to be a bit more active. I am your father. Okay, so it's a role play. You are going to try to persuade me. And you've got 2 minutes. Remember, again, we want 3 different interactions. 3 different interactions. So you might give me some suggestions about how I could be a little bit more active. Javier, are you there?
Yeah.
You are. Okay. So imagine I'm your father. You come in, I'm sitting, remember, like Homer Simpson. Okay. So I'm sitting there watching the television with my cans of beer. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm your father. Hey, Javier, how you doing? What do you want, man? Do you want a beer?
Pay what you.
Can you repeat me, please?
Yeah, Javier. Do you want a beer?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You must persuade me to be more active. Now, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, father. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, just fine.
Hey, what you?
What are you doing today?
Nothing. I'm watching the football on the TV.
Have you ever thought of to do some kind of exercise in the street?
But if I do exercise, I can't see the football.
But your health is very important to improve your physical quality.
My physical quality right now is drinking a beer and watching the football match. It's lovely, believe me.
I know that you love the football match on the TV, but you should remember the words of the doctor that you should do some kind of exercise. I recommend you to go to the gym.
I don't have any clothes to go to the gym.
Maybe I could go with you, and sometimes together we can improve our health.
Okay. But isn't that quite expensive to go to the gym?
Maybe we can look for a special offer where both we can pay a less price if we go together. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems so difficult lifting weights and running and things like that.
I know that it's very complicated to do so special exercise, but you should think that we are going to spend time together. In addition, we are going to improve our physical qualities, like your favorite football player.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and at that part we say thank you, and that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So it was very, very good. Okay, so it was just, simple arguments. Let's go to the gym. And in this case, the father would argue why not, why he didn't want to, or she, why they didn't want to go to the gym.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So very, very good. And we could do many other role plays, okay? Many other role plays. Let's think, for example, your friend is having a birthday party, okay? Our friend is having a birthday party. Luisa, are you there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, nice to talk to you. Okay, Luisa, our friend is having a birthday party. Our friend Maria. Okay, she's having a birthday party, and you think you would like to propose that we do something for her to celebrate her 40th birthday. Okay, so we are both friends, so maybe you can propose some ideas what you think would be a good idea for Maria's birthday party. Okay? Okay, so you can start, please. I'm your friend. Okay.
Okay. Hi, I would like to prepare a birthday party for Maria. And what's your opinion about prepare a special party with a lunch for all the friends of her, and then buy some special present for her? Do you remember that she loves to travel? Is it good for you to buy a surprise trip to Maria? What's your opinion about it?
Wow, I mean, look, you said go to lunch, invite all the friends, give her a present so she can travel somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's quite shy, isn't she? I don't think she'd like to have a big party. Do you?
Oh, well, I think I consider it's a good for her, because if it was my case, I would like to have a great party with all my friends, with you and the rest of them, the girls.
Okay,
You know?
but then you said like at a restaurant. What kind of food does she like? I thought she was vegetarian.
Yes, but last week opens it opens a new restaurant, ramen, and I know that Mary loves this special food. It's a vegetarian with rice, with algas and soups, and special soups for vegetarian people.
Okay, so maybe that, and then we, get her a couple of hotel nights in a hotel in Paris. What do you think?
Oh, well, I didn't thought about it, but perhaps it's another option. Well,
Okay.
Well, it surprised me, but if you want, we can create a group of WhatsApp, and we propose them for the rest of the friends.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So it's just a normal role play, and it's very natural. It's very, very natural about something which is very, very simple. Okay. So very good. Yeah. Excellent. Good, good, good. And again, remember, when the exam finishes, when the question finishes 10, 11, or 12, the examiner says, thank you. Nothing else, just thank you, which means stop. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I said thank you, and you said, okay. All right. Let's try another one. Let's try it. You can do it. Okay. There we go. Very common. This was in the last exam. This was in the exam 2 weeks ago. All right. He said, what's the question? Well, the question here was about how people see the news, how people get their news. And these were the exact photographs which were in the exam 2 weeks ago. And they're quite old photographs, aren't they, really? So how do people get their news? Let's see. Juan Manuel, are you there? Oh, your microphone isn't working. Okay. Maria Angeles, are you there? Roman, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Oh, Maria Angeles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's go with Maria Angeles for the moment then. So, Maria
Yes.
Angeles, please. Can you describe the two photographs, please?
Sorry?
Yeah. Can you describe the two photographs, please?
The one photograph, there is a girl with a newspaper, and the other photograph, there is a group of young girls and in a school, is in a school, and have a old television with a video. It's in a program TV.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about the first photograph?
A girl, let's read. The girl is reading a newspaper. The two photographs is all are all newspaper. Today is people don't read newspaper, prefer mobile, read the notice in the news in the mobile or
Thank you.
internet and
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. That's very good. Okay, and Roman, which do you think? Which do you think is the best way for people to get their news from these two photographs or from other options? What's the best way for people to get their news, do you think?
I think that the best option to find out the last news is to read the apps like Twitter, newspaper in your mobile phone, because you find out the update news, because in television the news there are update, because they are recording in the 2 hour before, and in your platform, in your application as Twitter, the news there are updates at the moment. In the television, also you can choose a lot of applications as Twitter, Instagram, to find out the last news, and you discover the a lot of vision of ways, because if you see a program of television in the apps, you can see the right and the left ideology and the
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's very good. All right, we could have spoken about many more things, but that's very good indeed. Okay, let's look at another one. Two more photographs then. Oh, sorry. Two more photographs. Okay, two more photographs. What are we talking about? We see these two photographs. Pilar, here we are. What do you think we're talking about when we see these two photographs? What's the question going to be?
Would you prefer to go on holidays?
Absolutely. Wow, wonderful. So the first thing is we say, here are two photographs. Thank you. Can you describe the two photographs then, Pilar? please,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
minute.
I can see
Wait a
two
minute.
months.
Wait a minute. Let me give you all some advice. When you see the photographs, okay, let's imagine for a moment that I am your friend
Yeah.
and that I'm showing you some photographs.
Oh,
Now, and
okay.
normally, what your reaction? Oh my God! Oh, what a
Oh my
lovely
God.
photo! Oh gosh, that's
Okay.
lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful photograph. Or I love that photograph. Oh,
Uh-huh.
or that's horrible. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's do that. We're introduced. We're going to describe it, but first of all, Pilar, here's two photographs. Can you describe them, please?
Yeah. All these are fantastic photographs. The landscapes are marvelous. I can see in the first photograph, uh, maybe an Iceland, I suppose. I can see three houses uh, built with good uh, and it's oh, a big garden. I can see plants, trees, and grass.
Well, and the second one.
And the second one, I can see an hotel, a big hotel with a swimming pool, a big swimming pool with palms and a lot of rooms with views to the swimming pool.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And if I said to you then, so which of the two photographs would you prefer? Lydia, which of the two photographs would you prefer for a holiday, please, and why?
Oh, I love the photo on the left because we can see some small houses in a resort, maybe in Bali or Philippines, with green grass, and you can have tranquility, or you can swim near the houses near the resort, and you can take a breakfast on the grass or speak with your neighbors. I prefer the photograph on the left because the photograph on the right, mm, if you go to this hotel, you you can you can take more. mm, I
Okay.
am I am
Thank
thinking
you.
about.
Okay, thank you. So very good. So when you finish talking about one, which for you is the best choice, remember you can also talk about the one which is not the best choice. Okay? So think about that. So I like the first one because it's a tropical garden and paradise and beautiful. And I can imagine with my family, we would be there drinking cocktails and playing tennis, okay, in the warm weather. All right. And in the second one, oh, everybody's eating breakfast at the same time, and everybody's going to the swimming pool at the same time, and everybody's playing bingo at the same time. Again, everybody's going on the same excursion. Too many people. Okay, so not complex English, right? Not complex English. Keep it simple. But again, always look at the contrasts. That's very good. Very good. Let's look at another one. Okay, maybe we can do this now. Let's look at an actual exam paper. Then change that. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do today. So we're going to go right through an exam. We'll go through an exam. Can you see this? Yeah. So first of all, remember, when we do the exam, you will be given the option. Sorry, it's just disappeared from my screen. When we first do the exam, you will be given the option of having some introduction questions, some introductory questions, right? And you can say yes, or you can say no, right? So the first thing I will say to you is, good afternoon, my name's Josh. Could you tell me your name, please? Maria Pilar Hernandez. Can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, of course. My name is Pilar.
Could you spell that for me, please?
Yes, my name is Pilar.
Okay, so that's Pilar Hernandez. Pilar Hernandez.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, now before we begin the exam, would you like to do some warm-up questions? Would you like to do some introductory questions?
What do you mean? I don't know if I understand properly.
Would you like to do some introductory question? It's a warm-up question. These questions are not part of the exam. It's just to let you practice English for a couple of minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, good. So I'll say, Pilar, where do you live, please?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Pilar, where do you live?
Okay, yeah, I'm living in a very tiny place near Salamanca called Garcia.
Okay. And is that your family home, or have you just moved there for work?
It is my family home.
Mm-hmm. Is it a nice place?
It is a nice place, a very tiny place, a village, but
Mm-hmm.
it is nice to live here.
Okay,
Very
perfect.
quiet place.
Thank you. Okay, and now we will begin the test. So this is what we have, right? And our test will be, okay, we're going to discuss something together. And I'm going to ask, again, I've lost it. I'm going to ask then, should communities, this is our question, should communities continue to celebrate traditional festivals or replace them with more modern ones? Are you there, Pilar?
Oh, yes, here I am, yeah.
Okay, so there's the question then. Should communities continue to celebrate traditional festivals or replace them with more modern ones? Pilar, what do you think?
Well, from my point of view, I think it's a good point to continue celebrating traditional festivals. But especially in a tiny place like the place where I'm living, I think celebrating traditional festivals make people to mix between them, to remember when they, especially for old people, remember when they were younger, and to teach the youngest to these traditions. I think that's a good point
But don't you think that some of the traditional festivals are quite cruel to animals, where they kill chickens or.
Yeah, well, that could happen. Well, if that happens, actually, I don't like them, so I would replace them with with different ones. Yeah, because but not always are related with animals, though. But I don't like when that happens. So
and a lot of the traditional festivals also seem to be centered or focused about drinking lots of alcohol, and then that causes violence or conflict.
Yes, unfortunately, yeah, definitely that happens. That's why, we need to change our society's mind as well in this way. So we should replace them to another kind of activities, like probably to organize how to say, like cinema afternoons, or to make people join to organize activities together, like activities that they can do in the nature.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to put you into your rooms again. I'm going to recreate your rooms. I'm going to make them smaller, just with 3 or 4 people per room. So I want you to go into your rooms and I want you to talk about, your typical in Spain, where you have your fiestas in some of the villages, and I want you to talk about not your experience, but what's your opinion? Do you like them? Don't you like them? What do you think? Have you had good experiences in the fiestas in small villages, or do you think, wow, no, they're not really the best way of celebrating? Okay, so let me put you in there again. I will recreate them. So there's 3 or 4 people in each room. So I want you just to talk for a few minutes together about your experiences and your opinion of the traditional festivals and celebrations which you find in Spain. Okay? If you want to talk about different ones like the Tomatina or the, San Fermines, you can also do that. That's also possibility. Okay, so are you ready? Let me send you to your rooms and discuss, please, in English. I'll be listening. Let's go.
So how was the sound?
How was the exam? Well, the exam
Oh.
was quite good. Resume. Okay, so I see you coming back. I see you coming back. All right. Okay. So, okay. So that's good. I was listening to some of what you said, but remember, one of the things we spoke about before were affective filter. Okay, look at this in the checkbox. The affective filter. The affective filter. What is the affective filter when we speak about language, or we're speaking about English, or we're just speaking generally? What does it mean? What does it mean?
Language can be used to bless or to love.
Okay, yeah. Explain yourself, please.
Okay. Um, Sometimes even the only intonation of a person is enough to know if he or she is angry against you or if he or she loves you.
All right, no, well, let's not. I don't want to get so profound. All right, the effective filter is when, with our language, when we're using language, it means that if you are talking about something which is very important to you, which is close to your heart, okay, sometimes you want to express your opinion about this very important thing for you, which means that it's an obstacle to using the correct language. Okay. If we take an example of the world of bullfighting, the tauromaquia, all right? And you love bullfighting. Let's imagine you love bullfighting, and you want to tell me in English what a fantastic traditional festival. Oh yes, in my village we have bullfighting, and we have the bullfighters, and they come to the bull ring. And first of all, we have the bullfight, okay? And then in the morning, we have the running of the bulls, right? So I've used there, and they come with their cape, and their beautiful suit. And then they fight the bull. Fair enough. So you could tell me all these things in English if you understand, or if you know the exact words. The torero, which is the bullfighter. La corrida de toros, which is a bullfight. If you know that encierro is the running of the bulls. If you know that the traje de luces is the bullfighter's suit. Okay. If you know exactly that they're going to be in the bull ring, the Plaza de Toros, right? But if you don't know all these words, I will not understand you if you tell me about a corrida de toros, if you tell me about an encierro, if you talk about the plaza. It means nothing in English, right? So it's basically when you're trying to use a concept. Okay. It's like if you tell me how to make a cocido montañés. Okay. Try to do it in English. Fine. If you can, then you talk about the tocino and you talk about the mondongo and all these other things which you use. It's absolutely fine if you can say it in English. Otherwise, when we're talking about things like tradition and specifically customs, sometimes you have to separate yourself from what you're talking about and invent something which is going to be a little bit more neutral. Okay. So don't tell me about hornazo. Don't tell me about jamón ibérico. Don't tell me about, you can tell me about chorizo because that word exists in English. All right. But don't tell me about Ribera de Duero because I don't know what that is. You tell me about red wine. Okay. So you have to, but.
Sorry. At least about hornazo, a easy approach is to say that it is something like pork pie. And don't kill me because I know that they are very different. But nevertheless, you are absolutely right. It is only about this example.
Mm-hmm. So that's very, very, very important. And be careful because one of the essays you're doing now is about a group of people who have come to your region to visit, and you're going to recommend places for them to see. Okay? So be very, very careful with that. And don't tell me they're going to see the Casa de las Conchas or, the Bella Desconocida.
And what we need to say.
Then you just say there's a beautiful historical house. Okay.
Okay. And about hornazo, how we describe the traditional plate.
Then we say we have some wonderful sandwiches. Okay?
Really?
Of course you do. All right.
Okay.
All right. Obviously, some words like tortilla and, fiesta and siesta, you can use them in Spanish because we understand. All right. But a
Okay.
lot of them we don't. All right, then. Here we go then. So next question, which is with our photographs, is okay. Yep. Is these are two technological inventions. Look, these are very modern. All right, two technological inventions. Please, can you describe them to me? Can you describe them to me? Diana, can you describe these to me, please?
Yes, the first picture it's a very old car, which is a family inside, and the mom is open the door. But I'm confusing because it looks the car it is in a photography session, maybe for to make an advertisement, and the children's of they are looking from the windows, and the second picture I can see a very old mobile, and I don't know what I can. We I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, this is unfortunate because I can say nothing. Now, if you're talking about a mobile phone, so this is fantastic. You can call your mother anywhere. Okay, just say whatever comes to mind. All right, so that's good. Okay, so which of these two items would you find it more difficult to live without? Marta Roca. Which of the two items, this one or this one, would you find it more difficult to live without?
All right, that's gonna be a very personal opinion, but because I never had a car, and I always use the public transportation, so really to me, to own a car is kind of like very, very not very useful, at least not to my life. But I couldn't. I have to say that I couldn't live without a cell phone. Actually, okay. I could say cell phone instead of mobile.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure that the cell phone is very useful for everyone, and we could do so many things with it that I just cannot imagine my life without it. Just you have many things in one second. You can connect with a lot of people and friends all over the world. You can buy tickets to go to the movie or to go to see a play. You can I don't know. It's practically, I mean, not that cell phone because that's kind of old. So with that cell phone, you could only talk over the phone, and that's about it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, all right. I mean, that's fine. Let's close that now. That's fine. I'm going to send you this actually, if I can find it. I will send it to you, so you can see it. I'll send it to you via on the website. Sorry, on the platform. Okay, that's good. Now, again, what happened there is very, very good. But Marta, the only thing is, of course, you want to get onto the examples as soon as possible. Okay. Because you can buy tickets and you can do this and do that. Okay. But that was very useful because it has many things and I couldn't live without it and all the things you can do. But tell us, what are the things you can do? Okay. So that's quite important when we're talking about the features of a particular thing. But that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Okay. Good. So, right, we're going to stop now. I'm going to stop the recording now.